Boozing, boozing, boozing with gays.
You know you have to play it again. He's gonna play it again.
Boozing, boozing, boozing with
Play the one without the thing.
I've done it before. It's your senior brain forgetting.
It's my senior brain.
Right, do the smile. Ready at the end. Ready with that.
Okay, y'all. What's up? What's up?
Hello,
What's up?
everyone. Hello, everyone.
My
Happy
glasses are-
Friday. Say happy Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can call it happy.
Well, I'm happy I get to be
Matthew
with you.
Black. Okay, that's a beautiful thing to say.
This is my wonderful husband, Michael A. Shepard.
And this is my husband, Hutchins Foster.
I'm not wonderful, though. He didn't give me an adjective. I gave you an adjective. Give me an adjective.
This is my
now.
burly husband, Hutch
Thank
Foster.
you. Yes, burly.
He's burly.
Burly is what I live for.
Well, you know, when you're from Burlingame, California, you lived
I'm not
near
from
Bur.
Bu-
You live
How
near
dare
Burlingame, so Burley.
I am not from Burlingame, California.
Lord have mercy. From Hillsborough.
Oh my God, it is the ritziest, titziest place on earth.
Ritziest Titziest.
Yes.
Hey, Matthew Black. What's
Maybe,
up,
maybe it's
baby?
not. You know what? Maybe
What's
not
up, baby?
the ritziest, titziest, but it's a ritzy, titsy.
It's a ritzy
place.
titsy place. I like that.
All right, what are we doing tonight, Michael?
Child, we are drinking the Hanky Panky.
Did you have something on your mouth?
I will later. The Hanky Panky. What's in this beautiful drink? First of all,
This is the most.
I know, I
cool-
filled it
I'm
too
really
high.
afraid
I
of
filled it too
like
high.
clinking. My hair is on
oh my,
yours.
there's a hair.
That's good luck.
Yes, this hair is good luck on my drink. Oh shit! I'm spilling. Here we go.
I feel like I need an ice cube in it.
I feel like I need vodka. It's delicious, but I don't know if I can just do a whole hour of drinking this.
So the Hanky Panky is equal parts gin and sweet vermouth with a dash.
A Fernet-Branca.
A Fernet-Branca.
Now, my friend Nancy Lowry, who I've known since way back in the Berlin days, 35 years ago in Chicago,
Try it again.
stops by the house and goes, they were having a party at the ranch where we were shooting. And there was a huge bottle of Fernet-Branca. They lost the top two, so I poured it in this.
So we think it's Fernet-Branca. We're hoping it's Fernet-Branca.
So this drink called for literally 3 drops of this.
But it's a really potent. I mean,
Hey, Dion.
it smells like mouthwash or like, what does it smell like to you? It's a
Mm,
very
heaven. Smells like booze. Smells like booze. I was at
It's not my favorite taste. However,
Allison. What's up?
so you know what I think I would like in this?
What would you like in that?
Where is the gin?
The gin is all the way across the room.
I'm going to add a little more
The
gin.
gin-
into my-
And put some gin in it.
I am going to get the gin.
Michael Ward, Fiona. Hi, Miss Fiona.
You
Matthew
wanna
Black,
show what
Allison.
we did this way?
Oh, so we did it. We don't use sweet vermouth. What we use, it is sweet vermouth,
It
but
is
it's
sweet vermouth.
fancy. It's Antica
And this we
Formula.
use. We use the Bombay.
Bambi.
Bambi.
Bambi Theophile.
I'm adding a little extra Bombay CFR to mine.
Mm.
I think it's a bit
How
strong.
waspy. I think I should add more booze to my booze.
And I added some ice cubes. I wanted it a little watered down.
Here's
Did
Allison.
you,
Hey,
was
Taryn.
that shaken up a lot?
Yes.
I'm pissing. You know,
Barbara Haas is here. Barbara Haas, how you doing, girl? So good
Here,
to always
taste
tell you.
that.
All right, here. Hand me the booze.
I'm telling you, it's booze.
Needs a little bit more.
I was
Tonight's
once,
gonna be a
I was
night,
I
y'all.
was once we were in it wasn't Toledo, Ohio. My mother's from Toledo, and we were in this sitting next to it, but I can't think of what it's called. And we were at a Mexican restaurant, and this is when we were visiting Helene the Queen, who Michael knows of. You've never met Helene, have you?
No.
But to give a shout out to Helene, she lives in Toledo or in
Hey,
that neck of the
Robin.
woods.
Hey,
And we went to a
Madonna.
Mexican restaurant, and my mother ordered a margarita with, very waspy of her, an extra shot of tequila on the side. And the law in Ohio at the time would not allow her to do that because she couldn't have 2 drinks on the table at the same time.
There was a lot of angry white people. Sorry, a lot of angry middle-aged white
We
women.
were like, wait a minute, you can't get an extra shot on the... Okay, do your hellos, and then we got to
That's
do
crazy.
fair use. I know as well.
That's crazy. I've said hellos. You were over there getting the thing. Shout out Barbara Haas. Robin is here. Madonna. I think Madonna's on the road. And Madonna is doing the AIDS bike. What is this for? I said AIDS bike-a-thon. Like this is like me at physical therapy on the bike. Our fair use statement. Excerpts of copyrighted material may, under circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder.
You don't care anymore. You need like...
I don't care. So a lot of shit has happened.
Well, but you're starting out with a birthday.
I'm starting out with a birthday.
Yes.
Someone I've known since I was 15 years old is having a birthday today. My dear friend, big birthday. I won't say how big, but it's a big birthday. My friend Jenny McCann. We grew up together.
We love you, Jenny.
And we love you dearly.
I'm
Cheers,
lifting a glass, love. Jenny.
We are both of a certain age. We graduated high school together.
Biltmore, boozy booze.
Biltmore. I'd love to stay there. So, Jenny McCann. Mwah, happy birthday, my love. But we also lost a couple people this week. We lost a couple people. One of my favorite actors, and sexy as all.
Was he really one of your favorites?
I do. I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
I liked Ray Liotta a lot. He was he felt like a real person.
A real person. No, real. You did 3 reels.
Real. And I just liked him. And him in Goodfellas was like.
Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Tell me what. Set me up.
Someone put this together, and I also want to play it right now. Go.
Ray Liotta. Goodfellas.
Karen.
I don't know who else in the world could say Karen 147 times and say it differently each time. Rest well in your voyage, Mr. Ray Liotta. Yep, 67, way too young.
And he was filming, though. I mean, I like the fact that he was still working. I thought that was kind of... Anyway.
But it's just like, wow. It's just great. So, anyway. And this is for all my 80s babies. What's up?
That's just ugly.
What?
Do it again.
What's up? What's up?
Not one bit of that is attractive to me.
Why is that not attractive to you?
Continue.
So, someone, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm looking up something right now because I need a fact about something.
Well, I think this is the wrong time. Why don't you do the fact while I'm talking about something else?
One of my favorite bands of all time is Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode lost its founder.
So wait, one of your favorite bands is Depeche Mode. One of your favorite actors is Ray Liotta, and I never knew about this. Yes,
didn't know.
Didn't know.
25 years. You got to keep some secrets, girls. So Andy Fletcher, who was the founding member of Depeche Mode,
is that what you wanted to look up to make sure that was correct?
No, I just wanted to see because he died at 60. He was 60.
Oh, people are dying really
so he
young.
was like my age. Well, I'm sorry, my husband's age. It's just, weird. I mean, my own personal Jesus was the song. That was the shit. I remember just dancing. And back then we all do this dance like this. Y'all know this dance. G-Pound, personal, Jesus. It was crazy. Anyway, fly on, dude. Rock on. You gave us much, much, much joy in the music world.
That was delicious. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, I'm just jumping in. Madison Cawthorn did not win his election. Oh, Michael. Didn't win. And he posted an Instagram thing after he lost. And these are the words. His words. Not my retyping of his words. So let's go over them, shall we? It says, the time for Gentile politics, as usual, has come to an end. One must wonder what that's about. It's time for the rise of a new right. It's time for dark MAGA, something we need to circle back to truly take command. We have an enemy to defeat, but we will never be able to defeat them until we defeat the cowardly and weak members of our own party. Their days are numbered. We are coming. He erased the word Gentile at a later date and added genteel. So it would read, the time for genteel politics, as usual.
Wait a minute.
Genteel politics.
Wait.
That's the name
Isn't that
of
the same way? He spelled it the same way.
Genteel politics. The time for genteel. Ooh, I take off my gloves and I slap your face, genteel politics. He's bye, Madison Carter.
You know, the problem is, though, I'd hate fuck him. And a lot of us would. And then, like...
Well, because he would do something in bed. He'd be exciting. We know that. We've seen.
You know.
He's fucked someone.
Speaking of exciting in bed, y'all look. I bought this shirt like 30 years ago. And it's still in the back of my closet. I found it. Jesus is coming. And you're dressed like that?
Okay, this drink really wears well. Like, once you add some ice and add some more booze, it wears well. Ted Cruz.
Why?
Well, this is yours. I don't know why.
Oh, it's mine. Why? Yes.
Oh, he's not in order. Where are we?
Uh-oh. We're not in the order.
Do I not have him? I have him here.
Oh, no.
No.
Even it says a creepy neighbor.
No, that's the State Farm one.
Well, while you're looking.
Okay. Here we go. I got to do a deep dive. So here you talk.
Oh.
Move this for a second.
I got to move something.
I know. I thought it was all here. Let's see. I'll just add something. Keep talking.
Okay, so...
Also, you know, it is Memorial Day. I don't know if that means anything.
It's Memorial Day weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend. I totally forgot. We're thinking we're going to do a little barbecue on Monday, but I'm not sure.
We're doing it because you've already called people.
Well, I've called one person.
But we're doing it for one person. I'm making a gumbo.
Stop by.
You told me to make a gumbo.
I said, you want to stop by.
This was just a creepy thing that Ted Cruz is. I don't even know what show this is, but here he is talking about Pete Davidson. You let me know.
Pete Davidson. All right. How come that dude gets all of these, like, hot women?
Because of toxic femininity, Senator. That is the evidence that something has gone wrong.
Pete Davidson was dating Kate Beckinsale. I mean, you're talking underworld. You're talking like super hot vampire in black leather trench coat. And you're like, really? The SNL dude? Like, wow.
Yeah.
First of all,
I think it's his own
Underworld is your latest reference for Kate Beckinsale?
I think it's his own podcast too. And I think he talks about whatever shit he wants to talk about. And I guess because Pete Davidson has been with Kim Kardashian, has been with Ariana Grande, has been with
I created a list.
Okay, what is our list?
The list of people. And I need y'all to know. Somebody tell me if y'all know who half these people are. All right, so let me know if y'all know who half these dang people are. Carly Aquilino.
You said you did know some of these, right?
I do. I know a few of them. And I was like, hey, Maria, Cassie David, Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale, Margaret Qualley.
But I meant to say this. He said Beckinsdale. Just saying it. He might have his thing, Ted Cruz, for Kate, but he can't say her name correctly.
The problem with these Republican men, they have all these fantasies that they can't live out, which is why they're so fucking unhappy. I mean, come on.
I don't know that.
Just admit that you would like to hire someone who is in a black leather suit to come in and whoop your ass.
That looks like Kate Beckinsale.
To come in and whoop your ass. Because that's what you want. I know that's what you want. So
She's
I don't
a
know.
sexy lady.
No, I'm not saying she's not sexy.
Was it Van Helsing that she was in that we watched? We were with
Dahlia.
And we just went, what is this movie about? It was the strangest film. Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
That's the weirdest movie. Kaya Gerber, Phoebe Dynevor, and Kim Kardashian. I mean, he has dated quite a few.
Now, here's the deal. Now, and I'm going to be very honest here. I have said about Pete Davidson, I've said, what is it about Pete Davidson that he gets all these sexy women? I've said almost the exact same thing as Ted Cruz. The thing I've not done is I've not bashed him quite so much as, Cruz is like all over the place.
Come on now. Banks, you know me, honey. Now, if Pete Davidson walks in the room, I'm going to do it.
Of who?
Pete Davidson.
What if Ted Cruz walked in the room?
Oh, honey, I'm locking the door and we're going.
He's already in the room. You can't lock the door.
Room.
Yeah,
he's in the room.
What are you going to do?
I got some old red leather. I'm gonna put on and I'm gonna whoop that ass. I will put on my old leather modesty gear. So whoever knows me from Chicago, I put on that modesty leather gear, and I will whoop their
And we
ass.
have to mention leave it to the Republicans to take a phrase like toxic masculinity, which is a thing and something that we should be dealing with and plays into the whole gun culture that we're going to talk
What
later
is
on.
toxic
in this episode.
femininity?
Toxic femininity.
What is that?
Wait, are we just going to you can't. You just have to deal with it. Breathe.
I
don't know why this does that. I wish it didn't, but that's
it's so weird right now.
I know.
All right.
So there's that.
But speaking of SNL,
What about SNL, honey?
okay, so they're saying goodbye to several cast members that I don't. They're going to be truly missed as far as I'm
Well,
concerned.
I don't know. But this is what I read is that they're going to say goodbye to them. Here, say who the cast members are.
All right, so the cast members are Kate McKinnon, who we love and adore, Adie Bryant, Pete Davidson, and Kyle Mooney. I thought there was 5.
That's all I saw in this.
Isn't it? I thought
But
there
what
were
I don't
5.
know when they say they're, but like I said goodbye to, is it by their choice or by NBC's choice?
No, they're leaving on their own. They're leaving on their own.
They all have their own projects they want to do. And
Yes.
The biggest for me is Kate McKinnon. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Kate McKinnon is genius in everything.
And a lesbian. And that just makes me happy on all accounts.
But like Tina
An
Fey,
out lesbian woman.
They will have her be back playing whomever, whenever,
Yeah.
Who did she play that I loved? Oh God, what's his face? She's just been awesome over the years.
You know, I gotta say this. I think that those of us who have ever worked at a bar and has experienced last call, we all know we do Pete Davidson.
I'd do Kate McKinnon. I don't know that she'd do me, but
Yeah.
I would do Kate McKinnon.
I just do somebody. I just want to do somebody.
So, by the way, this was the end of their 47th season. And here, do you remember when Saturday Night Live first started? And we were all so excited. We're like at our teens.
I don't know if I was allowed to watch it.
I was over at, I want to say, Richard Huebner's house, and we watched it.
Hey,
No,
Richard
look at
Huebner.
me, remember where I was. But yeah, it was a big thing.
It was a very big thing. The bees, I love the bees. The bees and the coneheads. Anyway.
So the last host of Saturday Night Live was Natasha Lyonne, and it's pertinent only in that it leads us to our next segment. Michael?
So, I don't know. For those who've been watching us for a minute, y'all know that after we do this, we get our cocktail, we go to the bedroom,
Yes.
and we watch Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race. So we've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race. Last week, now it's All-Star Week. Child, the All-Stars are coming out for the blood of Jesus.
7
Honey, Jesus is coming, and
Yes.
he's here to see the All-Stars. Because it's like they're just giving you life itself. Anyway, last week was Snatch Game. For those of you who are not familiar with Snatch Game on RuPaul's Drag Race, it's Match Game, which, they go, Tina Louise was stuck on an island for so long that she blank. Tina Louise, I just ripped that out. didn't I?
Well, usually it was Dumb Dora, so dumb. How
Dumb is she?
It's that type of thing.
But so
And what I remember about the old Match Game is that 9 times out of 10, the answer was boobs. Do you remember that? That Tina Louise got her blank caught in the coconut machine. Boobs.
Michael Che is also leaving. Is that right, Madonna?
Michael Che. I didn't know about that. He wasn't on my list.
I'll miss him because he was.
So I'm going to get back to
edgy.
this. So Snatch Game, which historically on the show can be an awesome night, can be a horrific night. Because you got these queens that have to imitate stars, imitate celebrities, and do it fabulously, and then hopefully win the, kind of take it. And whoever wins Snatch Game usually wins that episode.
Ours in the top. It was that episode, and usually ends up in the top.
But usually ends up in the top. I mean, and it's a lot of improvisation. It's a lot of, being able to mimic and do the character voice. You see Phyllis Diller or whoever. I mean, they've done Trump. They've done all sorts of people.
Anyway, but we want to show you clips, but because
I just let me finish this one thing. This is the first year that Rue told the queens they had to do 2 different characters, not 1. They had to do 2. So they did, first set of Snatch Game there were 8 of them, I think, with 8 characters and then 8 more characters. No, there's 7 because it's the 7. Anyway, but it ended up being the highest rating RuPaul's Drag Race show ever.
in history.
IMDb gave it a 9.9 rating, and most people we know have watched the episode twice at the very least.
So, they didn't do Charles Nelson Rowley, Matthew, but we can't show you a part of the episode because
I have an image. I'll give you this image.
World of Wonder. But there's Judy Garland, there's Lucifer, and there's Madam. Yo! Raja
Well, we got to say who they
Madam.
are. So that's Jinx Monsoon doing when I lost my place.
Jinx Monsoon did Judy,
and then Trinity the Tuck. I can't say this out
did
loud.
Did
Lucy, and then
Lucifer.
Raja did Madam.
But look at that Madam is so brilliant.
The Madam was, and he did the whole. I can't begin. Like the whole.
So if you want to go and watch it, it is if you need some joy right in your life, as we probably all do, go and watch this drag queen. You can just do like RuPaul Judy, and that clip will show up, and it's just delicious. Hey Violetta, hi honey. What's up, Benet?
Violetta's there.
Violetta's here. We miss you, my darling. All right.
Did you get something caught in your teeth?
Me?
Yes. So the reason why I said Natasha Lyonne, host of the last Saturday Night Live, led us to here is that Jinx Monsoon did two characters. He did Natasha Lyonne, kind of from Russian Doll, like that character she does in Russian Doll, and then did Judy Garland. And so Natasha Lyonne had a little tweet to Jinx. Jinx,
what an honor.
What an honor.
Jinx.
I just thought that was so cool. And then also as Judy Garland, we got to talk about this Dave thing. Dave thing.
There was someone who was like on season 5. His name is Dave. He is a retired military person, military veteran. He came on, was put in drag, right?
But do you remember what it was? It was the drag queens had to present their drag daughter. And Jinx Monsoon did Judy and presented Dave, I don't have a last name, as Liza. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And so made him up as Liza. And in the middle of this episode, Dave, who's like this military guy, confesses to RuPaul, says, by the way, I killed Judy Garland. And the whole room just stops. They're just like, okay, crazy.
And what happened was that he met Judy in Baltimore. They partied.
For a couple of nights, they partied.
And she said, I need Seconal. My doctors won't give it to me. Do you have any? He worked for the military. He was able to steal Seconal. And
the bottle actually said military grade Seconal.
That was allegedly found in the room with her when she
read a report. Dave read a report that said that on the nightstand was a bottle of military grade Seconal. So he's said all this. And I think he takes it really by heart in a serious way. Not like it's a joke that he killed Judy Garland. And Jinx Monsoon, as Judy, during the Snatch Game, the episode we're talking about, said, Dave, it's not your fault, basically.
It was hysterical.
It was hysterical.
Go back, watch it. It's delightful. It's delicious. It's lovely.
And Dave also, just to say, also reported that he was very glad that they did that. He also liked. And Jinx Monsoon won, by the way. Or should I not say that because you need to watch it?
You need to watch it. You don't give up. Why would you do that? Well, you know that who's going to win when you see it.
When you see it.
But I also want to say this. Kathy Walker is with us today. Kathy Walker, one of our good friends, and just watches us all the time. Kathy, would you put in the what is that called over here?
Link.
Put a link to your show and when your show
absolutely.
Is. Please.
Kathy Walker, who did
and her brother
I directed in a play that I don't think could be done today. Kathy.
Because it's about slavery.
Well, because she played a mammy. She played a 110-year-old mammy. Granted, Kathy Walker was 23 when she did it or something. I mean, there was a lot of age.
The bringing some black actors. You don't know how old we are.
No, because Cicely Tyson.
Cicely Tyson. No, let's talk about Cicely Tyson.
I'm telling you.
Cicely Tyson played Miss Jane Pittman, was like 38. Or 40.
I've been reading Viola Davis's biography because my husband gave it to me. And she talks about how that performance made her want to be an actress.
It made us all want to be an actress.
We had the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. We have to label
the autobiography of Miss Jane
Pittman.
And
I remember being this little kid
by Alex Haley,
incredibly rich white town, watching the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman starring Cicely Tyson and being incredibly transfixed. And when she won the Emmy, I was rooting for her. I went, yes.
Honey, when she
went from 16 to 110 or
when
something.
she walked up to that
I'm telling you.
At the end, this is not a spoiler, y'all. She walks up to the fountain that I put more drink in here. Hold on.
It says whites only.
It says white only. Yeah. And she walks up to that fountain, 185 years old, and she goes like this. The water running, she goes.
She did. It was really
baby,
awesome.
I was like, Yes, you get the Emmy. She just like went. Because I was like, well, that's how an 185-year-old would. I can't suck it.
All right.
Okay.
We're moving forward.
Oh, Lord.
I want to talk about a company called Gender Cool. Actually, I have a banner for this. I'm just going to put this up here as we talk about this.
Gendercool.org, y'all.
And Gender Cool, I'm going to read their mission statement. The Gender Cool So I have no idea if we're here.
I think we're back. Oh my God.
So it says end broadcast there. So, but I don't know. It says there are people here. If you're here, can you please let us know that you see us? That would be an awesome
Oh.
thing. I had to restart my whole computer situation.
We're back, I think, because people are
We
like,
see
oh
you.
my
Yay.
God.
Thank you, everyone.
We
for
had to
being patient.
restart.
We had to restart the computer. I don't know what
Hey,
happened.
Gloria.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
What were we talking about?
Oh, I know. We were talking about Gender Cool Project.
Gender
Oh,
Cool.
because it's
Yeah,
right there.
right there.
Anyway, so they are, basically there was a man and a woman. They had a transgender youth. They decided, hey, we want to help our kid the most we can. They started this company, got other people there, and they got all these people together, and it is a resource for transgender, non-binary youth. But I thought of Maxwell. I said, maybe Maxwell would like to look at this whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, State Farm had donated a lot of money to this company so there could be
State Farm replaced, Jake from State Farm, that motherfucker.
So they could provide LGBTQ themed children's literature books, maybe not literature, but books to teachers and libraries across the nation. And they donated. And then a company called Consumer Research. Dun, dun, dun. Do it, dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, drag.
They did this particular commercial. It's taking me a second to find anything. Here we go.
State Farm tells us they're a good neighbor. But would a good neighbor target 5-year-olds for conversations about sexual identity? That's what State Farm's doing, asking employees to donate guides to being transgender to public schools. Books aimed at making kindergartners question their identity. It's textbook indoctrination. These books don't belong in elementary schools, and State Farm shouldn't be putting them there. Like a creepy neighbor, State Farm is there.
And State Farm said, well, we can continue donating, or
we could do the right thing.
We could do the right thing. But they were given evidence.
Or
they were approached by a lot of the people that backed them, a lot of their people that used their insurance company, and they ended up back to pulling their money. So I have the Gender Cool thing there. So if you want to
donate to Gender
take
Cool,
a
the
look
Gender Cool
at
project.
the site, you want to donate because State Farm has taken their money out. I have one more image though, Michael, before we do. Which
I don't know this image.
No, well, you don't know this. So these are the State Farm people that are. They go, hey.
No, these are the people who are not State Farm.
No, they are donating still to State Farm, even though.
Donating to Gender Cool.
Gender Cool, yes.
This gin is kicking, baby.
Ooh, yeah, they're donating to Gender Cool. So there you go. Bear Aspirin is donating to
Allstate.
But
if if you were State Farm, you could always go to Allstate. We ain't trying to start a revolution, but I'm just letting
I don't know what happened behind State Farm's closed doors. That's just the news of the moment. But there you go.
State Farm,
this
we can replace.
Between that.
A little bit more queer news.
My twin sister. I've referred to her as that.
So Hutch's twin sister, Jodie Foster, is starring in
You
season.
prove to me she's not my twin sister. Prove it to me.
Well, you're both queer. So Hutch's Foster twin sister, Jodie Foster.
Hey, Jodie.
So we've been commenting lately on how my laugh has changed, and I do this in public, and it's gotten worse.
Okay. So this reminds me when I was in 8th grade, and I decided I needed a unique laugh, and so I decided to practice a specific laugh, and I got it down pat.
This is how gays are born.
And it stuck for a while, even after I wish I didn't have it.
Do you
know what that laugh was?
Your laugh?
So say something funny, I'll do a laugh.
And then she said, "In the butt, Bob."
I'm not joking. I thought I want to laugh like Woody Woodpecker, and I taught myself, and then in the most inopportune moment, Woody Woodpecker.
Yo, there's a lot of firsts happening night in our 25 years of being together.
What?
What in the white?
Laverne Cox.
No, Oh, let me finish. Jodie Foster's going to be season 4 of True Detective.
Oh, that's what we're
I
doing.
hope it's a big lesbian story.
We have no information.
We have no information. We just know
Michael
Jodie Foster's
doesn't
on
watch True Detective. I've watched all of them.
I watched season 1.
You watched like
and I started
4
watching season
episodes
2, and
of
I was
season
like,
I'm loving them and good. Yay, Jodie Foster being.
but they got me back with Jodie Foster.
They did.
They're going to get me back.
What was I going to? Oh, Laverne Cox.
Okay, so Laverne Cox.
This is she's on Today in this. So she's revealing something. We're letting her reveal it on this tweet.
Laverne Cox is about to reveal something. Watch, please, on the Today Show.
I am so honored and excited to announce that there is now a Laverne Cox Barbie doll. Like, what if we have an outfit that peels off? So this bustier comes off, and then the dress underneath comes off, so you can mix. I mean, I love her, and I had so much fun collaborating with everyone at Mattel designing her. But I think this year particularly, when over 250 pieces of anti-transgender legislation have been introduced in state legislatures all over the country, targeting transgender children, LGBTQ youth, that I hope all the kids who are feeling stigmatized when their healthcare is being jeopardized, their ability to play in sports, I hope they can see this Barbie and have a sense of hope and possibility. If they don't see themselves in this Barbie, I hope they know that they can create spaces where they do see themselves, where they are represented, because representation matters.
Representation
and
matters.
Bought.
It is $40. She's pricey on Amazon. It is Amazon's #1 doll selling thing, I guess, today, this week, something like that. I'm just kind of impressed that they're doing a trans doll. You know that we're going to hear a lot of crap about this from people we don't like. But guess what? Laverne Cox is the new Barbie, and Mattel.
And for those of you who are
thumbs up, you didn't do the State Farm thing and go the other direction.
Yeah. And for those of you saying, well, is it good?
What do they say?
Hey, guess what? A trans woman is a woman. Barbie is a woman. There should not be any confusion.
Yeah. And I like...
And Ken doesn't have a penis. So, if y'all want to talk about this shit, y'all ain't talking about Ken not having a penis?
I think we're missing the point, but I appreciate the...
I'm just saying, people want to say some shit.
The point, and Laverne absolutely said it beautifully at the end of that thing, this is for trans youth and for making them feel accepted, and we have to focus on that aspect of it.
Yeah, but I read some things today where people are, well, is it going to have a penis? And I'm like, trans women are women, so no. Honey, we all know somebody who talks like that.
Jodie Foster. Tay-Tay in the wind.
Tay-Tay in the wind. Tay-Tay in the wind.
Oh, what if Nell became True Detective?
Nell as True
Detective. I would watch that.
Nell as her.
Tay-Tay in the wind.
We have a shooter, and we don't know how he got killed. But there was blood stains on the halter top that they were wearing. Tay-Tay in the wind.
Nell, what do you think? Our #1 forensic scientist is going to tell us what she thinks.
Tay-Tay in the wind.
That's just horrible. We're just horrible. Watch Nell. For those of you who haven't seen Nell, watch it.
Nell as a forensic scientist. That would be fucking
totally going to go up my nose. By the way, me dry. Do we have more?
Duh. Ooh, Tay-Tay in the wind. If y'all have not seen Nell, y'all need to watch it.
I want to watch it again just because we're talking about it.
All right, anyway, okay. So
now we're on to a serious topic.
Okay,
well, we have serious topics. I don't know.
We have some serious shit we want to talk about. We all know what.
No, you don't know where I'm going. You have to take my lead.
I gotta take your lead.
And then yes. Everything's all over.
My lead by Lanta.
So George Conway, Kellyanne Conway's husband, saw a tweet that came out of the what is it? Trump's Truth, his online site. What is the real truth? The first.
So I make our cocktails in this.
Oh yes, the mason jar.
And then I pour them into a shaker.
So
I make them in this.
Well, we were trying to lighten the Fernet. The Fernet was really too strong in the beginning, right? This means lighten. Pac-Man. So George Conway, I'm back to George Conway. It doesn't bode well. George Conway. So I guess on what is the truth website that Trump has? Who cares? The something truth. But you as opposed to retweeting, you retruth something. And so someone talked about there being a civil war, and Trump retruthed it. So MAGA King Thanos went Civil War, and Trump's like, yeah, Civil War. George Conway. Nothing to see here, just a former president of the United States sharing a social media post advocating or predicating civil war in the United States. No biggie. Adam Kinzinger responded, any of my fellow Republicans want to speak out now, or are we just waiting to get through just one more election first? It's insane that a former president, it doesn't matter context. It honest to God does not matter context. He retweeted Civil War. Like, cool, let's do it. At least that's my interpretation. I find the whole thing despicable. Do you, Michael?
If I'm to be completely honest.
Yes.
All right. White's going white. White men gonna be white men.
But you have to find it despicable. I mean, it doesn't matter white men going to be white men.
Okay, so
and
you want me to find it despicable?
No. I don't want you to find it. I mean, we're peeling the onion layer. There's something underneath white men going to be white men.
Was I here last Friday? No, I was.
We had a fight.
We had a fight last Friday.
I almost wanted to put part of the fight on here, and I realized it's just me talking. We had a fight. I kept talking on top of you, and you kept shutting off. Me talking on top of you.
Hi, Tony.
White men gonna be white men. See, I don't think that solves anything. It's just a thing.
What's happening now
Yeah.
is that everything black folks, particularly black women, have been saying for years and years and years and years and years.
And it's what you've
white folks are just now watching in 2022 and recognizing. I'm like, so my reaction is going to be different. My feeling is going to be different about all of this because I've been witnessing this behavior for years. And I'm like,
we have never witnessed any president or post-president talk about civil war before. This is not, we've not
witnessed it. That's not saying it didn't happen.
Well, but posted on social media is a break. And let's
talk about, we can talk about Eisenhower. We can talk about the things that he said about black folks. It's just like,
Eisenhower. I don't think that's right. The one you wanted to say.
No, I know Eisenhower said some pretty fucking racist things.
Well,
you had,
I don't know that.
But the same thing. So but those racist things that were said 50 years ago are being said today, but black folks have been witnessing it.
We're not talking about saying racist things. He's saying civil war that can be interpreted and certainly touch on race. I'm not saying that isn't part of it, but civil war is still something else entirely.
I'm waking up every day just trying to stay black and alive. And, if these men.
But one of the things that I would like to promote is more of a call to action rather than sitting back and watching it happen. And so when you say white men going to be white men, it's just like, well, are we just sitting back and watching it, or are we going to do something about it?
Call to action means something different for me now.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, because we are allies, white allies. We've asked for calls of actions for years and years and years about things. And right now, because this is things that are happening that are really going to affect white people, are now calling.
People. I mean, if we had a civil war, it would affect everyone. It's not going to affect just white people. But
here's the deal. Here's the deal. So black people jump up and save the day, as we have often done. Stacey Abrams, Georgia,
on a regular basis.
Yes. Black people have jumped up and saved the day.
By the way, we should promote Stacey Abrams in the upcoming election.
And Karen Bass, if you are from California, do not vote for that Dick Caruso. Yeah, I know what his name is. Yeah, I know what his name is, but I'm going to call him Dick Caruso. Anyway.
There's nothing wrong with the name Dick.
Nothing wrong with Dick, period. Unless it's a Caruso following it. But what I'm saying is, but we jump, and we out there doing everything we can. Shit happens.
Yes.
And then when we go, okay, so can you help us over here? Well, white folks go like this.
I get this. Well, but if civil war happens, you can't walk away. Civil war happens, everyone's going to be involved.
We got through a civil war. And we still here.
You're not answering.
know
You are doing the same deflecting that I watch politicians do.
I'm not deflecting. Yes, but am I going to be on the right side of right? Absolutely,
How about
I
being
am.
on the left side of right?
On the left side of right.
I wouldn't want to be on the right side of right.
Am I going to be on the side that will be correct? Absolutely.
But I mean, seriously, when you saw that an ex-president texted, wrote, suggested, said anything, civil war, that has never happened. I mean, that's incredible to me. You don't find that incredible?
Baby.
No. Answer the question. Yes, no. Don't go off on a tangent.
No, I do not.
I find it
Because
incredible.
I have read things that people have said on Twitter, on Instagram, or on Facebook, that things that people have said that I go, not shocked. Not shocked that's being said. So when you ask me as a Black person going through the everyday motion, no, I'm not shocked at all. I'm not shocked. I'm not. You know what else?
I'm waiting for you to say I'm not one more time. I was waiting for 3 before I went on to the next topic. I'm not. You're just like Ray Liotta saying Karen.
So no,
We have other things to talk about. Do you want to move on, or do you want to stay on this?
We can stay on this.
I don't. What are we going to talk about?
But I think we move on because I think that. What do you think? Should we move?
No, we're going to do that. So we have to do that. Michael's wondering we should cut something out. I found this way too important.
Here's something that's very important.
So CPAC happens. They're the Republicans, and they're finding their little pack, and they're doing things in meetings, being mad about whatever they're going to be mad at. You want to do something? Hold on.
I just want to say this.
Good. We'll read it out loud.
I don't need to read it. Y'all can read it. This is what our friend Terrence says.
Oh, there's been a civil war rages against minority communities. It's just only being recognized as true potential wide-scale second civil war because it's white people too. I'm not, but the thing is, I'm not disagreeing with that. That isn't action, though. I feel like we need action. I appreciate that you're saying, hey, we've been telling you this and you haven't listened, meaning white people haven't listened, but now you want us to react, we all act together, and I don't want to, or I'm frustrated, or I don't trust that white people are going to do my best interest. I get all that. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't act. I mean, there is a bunch of stuff going on. We've talked about it for weeks. It started kind of in this last go-around. It started with, banning books, and then we're killing a bunch of people, and we're going into schools, and it's this constant barrage. And I don't think it always just goes to Black people or how Black people have been talking. It goes to us as Americans, and how do we fight this systemic?
When 47% of the USA don't look at us as American.
Take a breath and deal with one thing that I said. You can't totally disregard it.
But at the same time, you can't tell a Black person how to feel about shit.
No, you're right about that.
You can't tell me how I need to react or how I need to feel or what I need to do.
No, you're right. You're correct 100% on all of that.
It's like, this is what I feel.
But I just think that we can't just sit back and say, see, white people going to do. It doesn't help us move forward. You've said that for weeks now, but how do we move forward? How do we get to the next step working together? Shouldn't we work? Let me ask you this question. Shouldn't we work together?
If we were able to work together on all things, as opposed to things that affect white people
want,
then yes, we should all work together. If we can work together on things that just didn't affect white people. And the problem is that you have indigenous women being kidnapped and murdered on the daily. Nobody says anything about that. You have Black women who have the highest mortality rate in giving birth. No one says shit about that. You have a crisis where we cannot get any more formula. And there are people who are saying, well, just breastfeed. There's a huge majority of people who can't breastfeed, period. They just can't.
As a couple couldn't breastfeed.
Yes, we couldn't breastfeed.
No.
So we relied on formula and the kindness of other women who donated breast milk to us. So, but that's something that's affecting Black and POC communities mostly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all of that, and all of a sudden they go, "Can you help us?"
I don't know that anyone's saying, can you as a Black community help us? I think we're just saying, can we as a American community band together or get together and do...
But if you're going to treat us as inhuman,
I'm not treating you as inhuman.
if the 87% of white men who voted for Donald Trump and 55% of white women,
87%?
yeah, and the
I don't think
55%,
that number is correct.
I looked it up today. It may be wrong, but I looked it up today.
How did 87%
And
of white
55
men vote for Donald Trump? Because Biden got the popular vote, so how would that be possible?
Because
that number doesn't right anyway.
it might have been.
We'll move forward from this.
But
I am not
it's
challenging
like y'all. It's what I'm saying. It's like y'all will vote.
I was trying to move
like
on
time
to the
and
next
time
segment.
again. Time and time again. Y'all vote for the
But
wrong
you're
thing.
saying the same thing again and again. I'm just
I
trying.
just want white people to hear what I'm saying.
Well, or they're. I don't know if they're hearing. Are they hearing?
Oh,
I don't know if we're online.
we are online. People see us.
I don't see a number. Don't we normally? Oh, there's the number.
So
I'm having
Anyway.
issues. So I have to talk about this. CPAC. So the Republicans decided to do their CPAC meeting this year in Hungary. Well, Hungary has had so much unrest. The Prime Minister
Taylor.
Viktor Orban has basically, he's homophobic. He is anti-Jewish. He is now, and he was a speaker at CPAC. And I have this one clip of Viktor Orban speaking at CPAC, and I found this absolutely. You moved me around again. I can't find where
I
I'm going.
moved you right round, baby, right round.
Victor
like a
Orban
record.
at CPAC
Okay.
speaking to our very Republican politicians.
Of course, the Grand Old Party has associates in the media, associated media, but they do not compete with the dominance of the liberal press. Only my friend Tucker Carlson places himself on the line without wavering. His new program is the most watched. What does it mean? It means that programs like his should run day and night. As you say, 24/7.
Tucker Carlson or light cut, and I can imagine that audience cheering tremendously. This was a cartoon, a political cartoon that came out of that. CPAC Berlin, 1938. What is going on, Michael? I mean, I know you're going to say it's what you anticipate. It's not what I anticipate. I don't anticipate that. I don't.
Because it's just
I've
not affecting
seen-
white people. White people who think they're good, who feel that they're doing the right thing. That's what's happening. That is what's happening right now, boo.
Well,
Right. You said, well,
because the next item is the Texas shooter in Uvalde, and I don't know how to do this. There's too much emotion surrounding this for me. As a parent, I have driven my children almost every day to school because
driven and or walked.
No, let me just finish my
Okay,
thoughts.
go, I'm sorry.
You don't want me to
Yeah.
talk on top of you and tell you how to define you. I don't want you to tell me how to define me either. But because when they didn't go to the neighborhood school, Sebastian went 1 year in kindergarten to the neighborhood school, and after that, it's actually an awesome neighborhood school, but we chose Sebastian needs special ed, and then I got Maxwell into language immersion, and so it was driving all the time. And I had trust. And, people keep talking about the freedom to carry an arm and, a weapon. But I had the freedom in my heart that I would drop my child off at school and they would exit that school unscathed. Maybe there would be teasing or bullying, and that I could work with as a parent. But I have to say that the fact that parents have dropped their children off at school with the same thing in their heart, and yet their children end up dead because a shooter ends up inside their school. And this happens again and again and again and again. And legislation does not change. It breaks my heart. It really does. It's unfathomable that semi-automatic weapons are. And the thing is, the report of this shooting is all over the place. It took the police 45 minutes. It took them an hour. It took them an hour and a half to get into the school. I think we have to look at why it took them that long. And I think it took them that long because my drink is being poured, so I'm interrupting my thought. But it took them that long because the guy inside had better armaments than they had a semi-automatic weapon that would pierce through whatever body armor or whatever the hell they had. I mean, that's ridiculous. We can't just sell on the street what then our police will not defend.
Everybody. Hey.
No, we have 11 people. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm so
We are having so many problems
sorry.
with our interweb.
I think that I have a plug in my.
tonight.
I think I have to take my computer in because there's a plug on my computer that just doesn't want to work. I'm not sure if that's it. But let me just round out that thought one more time. It's just that people want to point to the police. The police are doing the best. I can't imagine. Not every policeman surrounding that building didn't want to go in and do something, but they also didn't want to be killed. And so do we need to train the police to deal with these tactical people that have semi-automatic weapons? Is that what we're asking? Or like our very Republican politicians are saying, we arm the school more. We have the teachers have weapons, or someone at the whole thing. I mean, the idea that we do not take weapons away and we do not have better laws in place. So an 18-year-old cannot, the day after his 18th birthday, buy a weapon that can do that kind of destruction is beyond me. And I if it's just money, is that really it? That then the NRA and the gun manufacturers donate to these politicians? Is that the only reason why? Because that's bullshit to me. It's just there's so much bullshit involved in this whole thing.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be fucking controversial.
But you've been
shocking.
I know.
Yeah, I took my glasses off because this is hurting my head. Listen, y'all. I want to be completely clear here. I'm about to say something that I feel is absolutely truth. And y'all can come at me, come for me for this, but this is my truth. Shooting happens. We hear that there are mass casualties, and that these mass casualties are young babies. These are babies. These are 8, 9, and 10-year-olds. We hear that there are possibly, at first there were 2 deaths. Then it went to 8. Then it went to 16. Then it went to 19. Then it went to 21. And we heard this, and we felt everything we are supposed to feel, because this is a tragedy. I'm curious as to those of us, meaning all of us, who all of a sudden went, low battery, computer's gonna go. It's on the floor. All of us who felt all these things, then went, oh, they're brown children. Doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know who said that. I find that despicable if they did.
Because
I'm not saying that it wasn't said.
You know, people went, oh my God. Oh, they're brown children? It's sad. You know that happened.
I'm not saying that that didn't happen, but I think the bigger issue for me is that there just has to be regulations. Don't you think?
10 black people were killed 12 days ago.
I thought that there should be regulations after that. I thought there should be regulations after
19 brown children were killed. 21 brown people were killed.
Yeah.
Ain't shit gonna happen, y'all. As long as black, brown, indigenous, and queer folks are being killed.
But here's the question. That's your negativity talking. Do you want
That's not my negativity. That's my truth talking. My personal truth.
Let me ask this question. Do you want things to change?
Yes, of course I want
Don't you
things
think
to change.
that by talking on things like this that we can help promote change? Don't you think that we can grow something that is changed? Don't you think it's the people that are watching this show that are the ones that are going to come up with the ideas that will eventually create change?
As Robin just said, this is not negativity talking. I'm speaking a truth.
I'm not saying that
and the problem, the thing is that when black folks particularly speak a truth, white people go, is it though? And I'm this is the truth.
Which is what?
If those were 21 private school white children who were killed in 2022, because Sandy Hook, they could care less again.
They could, thank you, because they could. It didn't make a difference. It didn't make a difference when it was the color. I mean, no, none of them make a difference. The color of the skin, yes, I can see the white people you're talking about saying, "Oh, it's brown people. Who cares?" But ultimately, it just doesn't matter that they're white children or brown children. We're talking money. We're talking that there are people out there that are making money by supporting these guns and these gun laws, right? Or lack of gun laws, to be very honest. There's the bottom line here for me.
Do I think gun laws are going to change? Oh, no.
I'm not asking that question.
Yeah. What is your question?
How can we, people watching the show that might be like-minded to us, how can we not put together something or think about something that would create palatable change in our government? I would love that.
But
see, I needed to hear you say
I
that.
would love that.
I'm not saying that I have the answers. I'm just saying.
I want to point something out. Kathy Walker said the shooter was brown, so he's dead, as opposed to being arrested at and taken to Burger King. Two things about that.
There's a truth to that. I mean, I will say. I mean,
two things.
That was the guy at the church.
Yeah.
Who, in South Carolina, right?
So I want to say something because here's something, because I've been looking at this because when I direct things, I look at it from a Batman view. Because when all the good guys on Batman everyone's like, it's shot straight on. All the bad guys, it's shot like this. And so I always look at things like this to see what's happening. Here's the thing. If you go to the website for the breakdown in this town. You go to the website for the, sorry, I'm getting really choked up. Go to the website for what the breakdown is. And it
breakdown
is...
meaning what?
Breakdown,
racial
breakdown.
Okay.
Racial breakdown. You go there, and there's something that is 64% white Hispanic and 31% Hispanic. So I'm going, what is white Hispanic?
But that's been in our demographics a long time.
So, of course, we want to choose to use white Hispanic as Hispanics who can pass for white.
Who are the we that want to choose that?
White folks who want to make sure that white people stay on the top of everything.
Well, but there might be Hispanics that want to define themselves as white rather than Hispanic for whatever reason. I don't know the answers to that. I mean, most of the
when you say brown people,
read, yes,
go.
Most of the articles I've read have said this town of Uvalde is like 90% Latino.
Yes,
or Latin. They don't say Latinx. I read Latino.
Or Latin.
I read Latino in the news.
Okay.
That's what I've read in most articles. I don't read.
But
white
in the
Latino,
demographic that is used to count who's in the town, they say white Latino.
And I will
which is because anyone who knows that when you have a self-hatred, when you have been forced to self-hate yourself because of what's around you as Black and brown and indigenous folks, we tend to go...
Stop 1 second. You have orange on your lip. Continue.
We tend to go, because once all that self-hatred hits us, we go like this. I got to be more like them. I got to think like them. I got to be like them because I want to feel accepted. I want to feel that I belong. And so we start to identify as being white. I went through it. We can have a whole conversation, bluest eye. We can have a whole thing about race. I think that'd be a great thing and bring some people on and talk about this shit. But it's like, this was someone who identified as white Hispanic.
Do we know that?
But we don't hear that.
No, hold on. The shooter. I just want to verify what you just
said.
The
family, the mother,
yes,
identified who as white Hispanic.
I didn't read anything like that. I didn't read it.
So I'm going. They're white until they do some shit. Then all of a sudden, then they're Hispanic. The white is dropped. I think we should talk about that. We're not going to talk about it now, but I want to.
But why? I think we have to. It seems like this is what I think I'm hearing you say. Do you mind if I query?
Mm-hmm.
Our show's like 15 minutes longer than right now, so who knows what's going to happen. But I would like to query something.
Query.
Are you saying that the term, because when we go online and we fill something out and it says, what's your race? And at least in California, I've not seen it anywhere else, it does say Hispanic, white Hispanic, blah, blah, blah. It has different, like, whatever gradations, I'll say, of being Hispanic. Is that a white man's construct or a Latino construct?
It's a white man construct.
You think it's a white man? Because are you saying because they want to make it appear that there are more white people in the United States than anything else? Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah.
I'm creating clarity.
I am not
arguing with you on this.
As long as
I'm just
the reason. Okay, because we're talking about this whole theory of they're going to take us over. They are going to get rid of us.
Well, right, replacement theory. What you're talking about?
Yeah, replace this.
Which here's the reality. Let me talk to white people for a second. They are. And we shouldn't worry about it because it's just the natural order of things. I mean, I'm not at all worried. Well, no, my point is they're going to be more Latino. I realize where you just went. No, because we've seen the numbers. We get that there are going to be more Latinos in this country by whatever, I don't know, 2050 or I don't know where the number is. At a certain point, and the white people are going to be the minority. We've seen those numbers, right?
We know that's the numbers.
It's going to happen.
We know the numbers.
We know it's going to happen. I'm not worried about it. It has nothing to do with my lineage or me needing to have, I don't know, blue eyes in the United States of America. I don't give a shit. But let's admit, it's going to happen. The reality is there are white people out there that is freaking the fuck out. That's the thing. And that's where we're getting a lot of legislation. And just say that word? You did the thing.
So, I mean, even like, I want to point out what Taryn just said. Look.
Yes, good do that.
So many second generation Texas Latinos, especially on the border, glom onto anti-abortion, anti-vax, pro-gun, anti-immigrant, racist, anti-black to assimilate. Assimilation is
So,
something.
Taryn, I have a question for you. How much of that is because of their religion as well? Because anti-abortion specifically, no. Let me. You can't
I didn't say anything.
You did a face.
I did a face, yeah, because I could do a face.
No, because a lot of Latinos are very Catholic, and abortion becomes like this one. What is it when they're like a one? I can't. My mind.
I need to
too
lose
much
weight
gin.
in my face.
No. When they're doing when you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When they're like they do like one. There's one thing on the ballot that they vote for.
Yeah, single
They vote
voter,
for anti-abortion.
single.
Yes.
Single.
So my question is, because there's a lot of immigrants coming into Texas,
Single
and
issue voters.
they identify as Republican because they are anti-abortion more than the other things, but they're anti-abortion because they're Catholic. I'm just bringing that up. I have no information on this. Didn't do research on this tonight
Because we were never going to talk about it, but here we are. All right, let's
we
move
have
forward.
no.
Let's
Here
move
I
forward.
have to do. We have some things. And
Let's zip through them.
Well, zip.
We're over a little bit because
no,
we
we're
got
not
cut
over
off.
a
No,
bit. No,
because
you're not going to say that.
Racist.
I don't. We can skip Ted Cruz if you want to skip Ted
Yeah.
Cruz. I think most
All
people
right.
saw that. I think Beto's important. So this is Beto. He's coming into George Abbott. Greg. I just call him George. Greg Abbott.
George Abbott.
Who is George Abbott? Is he a person for real?
My town. Our town.
I don't know who George Abbott is.
Our town. George
Greg
Abbott
Abbott,
is the boy who.
governor
They're
of
all
Texas.
dead. Our town. They're all dead.
On the dais, and Beto O'Rourke was like, "Boom, you're the guy." I added some little words so you could hear what he said.
Pass the mic to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Sit down and don't play this stuff.
The next shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing.
No, he needs to get his ass out of here. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you're out of line. I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue. It's on assholes like you. Why don't you get out of here?
I just want to say, I know you want to talk. I am glad to see someone going up against establishment and speaking at least a truth that I feel. You've not done anything. And what I hate about the Republican line of dialogue right now is they're saying there's not one bill that the Democrats have that could have stopped this. And I disagree because there could be an age limit. It could be 21. The guy couldn't, the shooter couldn't have bought a gun. There could be, you can't buy a semi-automatic rifle. The shooter couldn't have bought a gun. There are many things that could have been in place. And the Republicans are saying things all over the place, Michael. You need to talk. I see this. Let me finish the thought. But the shooters are saying things. I mean, they're saying things all over the place about how there's no law that can be put in place that would stop this. But the reality is that the Republicans are stopping the laws because of the money coming in from NRA, from the gun manufacturers, from everything. And there's so much information out there. I invite everyone to go look at this about who is being funded by the gun manufacturers and the NRA, because it's actually astounding. Your turn.
Thank you. Everyone's talking about mental health right now. As you all know, or if you're about to know, I am diagnosed bipolar and manic depressive. Whenever I go through an episode, I'm never wanting to hurt someone else. I want to hurt myself. So to hear people say, well, this person is suffering from mental illness, something I suffer from, to hear this over and over, it's like, no, because let's talk about this. the demographics of mental illness, the people who have less access, the least access to help from mental illness issues are Black women across the board. They're the ones who have, Black women cannot get access to mental health issues. Hey, Max. And so they have least access. The people who have the most access to mental health help are white men. Who does the most murdering? Who did you just walk through with a croissant in your mouth? Who are the
life interrupted
in your thought? Well, so is it Black women? Hey, David, is it Black women who are committing these crimes?
Yeah,
who are being called? There's what they're calling this murderer right now is that he is a sociopath. He is mentally deranged. He is crazy.
No,
he is delusional. He is all these things. But he was able to get 2 AR-15s on his 18th birthday.
And over 100 rounds of ammunition. I mean, let's
so
add that.
You're going to call him all these things and yet allow him to do that?
So where's the problem? It's not.
Again.
With his mental health, it's with the law.
Hey, Andrea, what's up, baby?
We have a couple. We have to play more videos. I apologize that we do.
We're going to show some videos. We're going to get to...
So, I was wondering, well, what is the logic for allowing, a semi-automatic weapon? And Bill Cassidy, senator from Louisiana, had the answer.
Do you think that there is any room to ban assault weapons in this country? Why does someone need an AR-15?
Well, if you talk to the people that own it, killing feral pigs in the, the middle of Louisiana, they wonder, why would you take it away from me? I'm law-abiding. I've never done anything. I used it to kill feral pigs. The action of a criminal deprives me of my right.
It's feral pigs. If that's why we have semi-automatic weapons, it's for feral pigs. For those of you who wondered, the senator from Louisiana has clarified why there's a need in this country for... Okay, there's something we're going to jump because this is a long episode. We're going to jump. I am baking bread this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, do your thing.
Well, you don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't, but I know it's the thing.
I have an image. I'm going to tell you what the image is actually before you see it. It is of Sarah Palin. Oh, no, I'm Sarah Palin. It's of the words. Sarah Sanders. She took the Huckabee out of her name. Sarah Sanders, and she is in front of the Dairy Queen, and she is doing a speech to her kin to try and become the next governor of Arkansas. And this is the image, and I want you to title this picture, and whoever is the best title within our episode gets a loaf of bread, whatever bread I choose to make. So this is for a loaf of bread, and I gotta now find what the hell. Here is the picture. Michael, you can play too. Ready?
All right.
Front of the Dairy Queen, Sarah Sanders. I just think this picture is...
Okay, I need to put on my glasses because I need to get closer. I've never seen this picture.
Look at the big spoon behind her, too. I think that's...
There's a big spoon.
She's highly wrinkled.
There is a man trying to figure out how to text.
There's someone trying to get out of a pink t-shirt, pink sweatshirt.
This is itchy. And there's a child right there going, when is this bullshit going to stop?
And Sarah Sanders in the most wrinkled, frilled outfit I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, so I need the best caption for this photo. I'm going to go look at comments. I want captions. So far, this is the number one because that's all I got. Thank you, Michelle Banks.
All right, can I tell you what my caption should be?
Oh, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. Ready? Look at this.
Can I tell you what I think? David C. Nichols, that's really good.
Speaking of feral pigs, You're going to choose the winner, by the way, Michael.
The Blue Bunny Ice Cream Queen now at Dairy Queen. Can I just say what I think it is? Andrea, if I were to say something right now about this picture, I'd go, I'm here to iron out a few issues.
That's good. I'm here to iron out a few issues. I like this. I vow to do huckaboo.
I vow to do huckaboo to protect you from my horrible leadership. Oh my God.
Okay, you got to pick the winner. Which is it? You're going to do it right
we'll
now.
Do Kathy Walker's.
What
did Kathy Walker say?
I don't see Kathy
right there. Kathy Walker. Ooh, make America.
Oh, but they think you win
win?
for your iron out. But I'm not baking you a loaf of bread. I'm baking.
He's always baking me a loaf of bread. That's why I'm like. That's why I need the thing. I think that Robin should win with just too hard to choose. That also
remember to change out of your pajamas when leaving home. Well, unfortunately, this can't win, Michelle. We love you, but you're out of state. I can only bake bread for people in town. That's the only thing. Speaking of feral pigs, is funny.
David C. Nichols. Speaking of feral pigs.
David C. Nichols, would you like a fresh loaf of bread?
I would love. He would love to make you. Taryn just wants. It's not wrinkled. It's wankled.
I didn't see that.
All right.
You get to choose.
No.
You got to choose.
No, a David C. Nichols.
A David C. Nichols.
David C. Nichols.
That was a feral pigs.
Speaking of feral pigs.
All right, we have a winner.
So, David C. Nichols.
David
call
C. Nichols.
Me, text
I
me,
am
wherever
loaf
you
of bread. I don't know what I'm
making
making.
bread.
I haven't made a thought.
Yo,
there we are.
Botox. I don't know if you know this.
We do have to do one more video, and it's way too important not to. This is a youth. His name is Xander Moritz. He is a senior. He has graduated, and he could not talk about being gay. He is a student in Florida, Osprey, Florida. He could not talk about being gay, and so he had to get around certain aspects of his speech, and he talked about his curly hair instead. And Michael and I sort of fell in love with him, and we need to honor him wherever he may be.
Wherever you can find it. Because he's looking desperately for it. Do you know, I gotta say this. Like, when I don't have my glasses on, so who has, while he's looking for this, who has a recipe to get these? Like,
is there any reason why I don't see his thing here? How did this happen?
I have no idea.
Did I really not load this up?
I don't know.
God. Papa is just move your papers again.
I'm
all I
moving
tell
my
him
papers.
is to move in papers.
Move papers.
Moving papers.
At least I have my papers because, some people don't have their papers anymore, so they don't get stopped.
Okay, somehow. That's not what I want.
That's not what you want.
That's what I want.
There it is. So he's uploading this right now, and then we're going to go because RuPaul's Drag Race is showing. We got to get to...
Because this is how you wanted to end the whole thing, which is bizarre.
I did. I want to end it with this. Can you find it?
Xander
Moritz.
I didn't put him on the list, so we're downloading.
Jesus is
uploading,
coming, and you're dressed like
downloading.
that. I want to send that to all of y'all. What are you wearing right now?
What?
If Jesus came right now, where would he come?
So this is his, and this had to go through the school. The school had to know about it. You're talking naughty things. Let me finish this thing though. And the dean of the dean of the school or whatever, principal of the school. You're laughing.
Because gin. You know us. When we do gin, we get drunk faster.
We have to focus on this guy because he was we're ending the show.
We have to get rid of David C. Nichols though.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry.
No, we don't have to get rid of David C. Nichols. We just have to get rid of the quote. Gin always gets us.
Right, way up there. I don't even know what you're doing. So the school, it's in Florida. He wanted to talk about the Don't Say Gay bill. He was not allowed to. He was told he couldn't. And he turned in the speech originally. They said, no, you can't talk about it. And the principal of the school had said to him, they said, look, if you say anything like this, we are pulling the mic from you if you talk about it. And so he had to really structure something that was very clever that they would accept, that wouldn't be. Are you going to talk?
No. Dion Labriola just said the most amazing thing.
Oh.
Real quick. He said, your shirt is the caption.
It really is.
Jesus is
I'm
coming.
giving the bread to your shirt.
All right, no, because I think that we make 2 loaves of bread, and Dion Labriola has to have a loaf of bread.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's 2 loaves of bread because Jesus is coming, and you're dressed like that.
That is
the caption for that Sarah Sanders. All right, thank you.
His name is Xander Moritz. Here we go.
That's why I must discuss a very public part of my identity. This characteristic has probably become the first thing you think of when you think of me as a human being. As you know, I have curly hair.
It was a really dehumanizing decision because I had to take something I had written and was really proud of that just discussed my identity and my human rights, and I had to find a way to be clever to discuss who I was. Public schooling is the only place that all children are guaranteed access to, and the majority of the LGBTQ+ community in Florida will go through the public school system. So what this law does is it effectively takes away the only guaranteed safe space from the majority of the entire LGBTQ population here. And that's horrifying because what you then have is so many children being forced to make the choice between coming out unsafely or not coming out at all. And what you're going to see is kids are going to choose not to come out at all. And that's the point of the law. It's supposed to silence the queer population here, and it's supposed to push LGBTQ+ children back into the closet.
He's been accepted into Harvard. Harvard, I'm going to say that louder. He's going into politics, and I will vote for him wherever he goes. So there you go.
Riga de Costa. So, as you... No, we're doing TikTok of the week. No, stop.
I thought you said we're doing this.
We're doing TikTok of the week after this.
I wasn't going to, because I thought that was stronger.
Oh.
Your choice. You can't say that now.
We can do it later.
No, we can do. Don't listen to me. You can do TikTok of the week. I'm just saying it felt like that was a good ending.
It was a good ending.
Usually you trust me and you go along with me. You're a yes and person. You no-butted me just then. No but. I'm not going to do our TikTok of the week.
When your child comes out to you as gay or trans, don't tell them that you'll love them no matter what. Of course you do. But that's what you say to a child when they've done something wrong that didn't meet your expectations. It's what you say when they've been caught stealing a candy bar or cheating on a test. Instead, you want to say something that conveys there's nothing wrong with being LGBTQ. Instead, tell them, everything I learn about you makes me love you more. I love finding out who you are, and I'm so excited for the rest of the world to do the same. Also, do not tell your children that you are afraid that life will be harder for them. It's not your children's responsibility to carry the weight of your fears. They'll be plenty capable of discovering fears on their own. They do not need yours too. When a child comes out, the only emotion you need to express is joy.
And joy is what we need right now. If you, like myself,
yes,
are going through just shit. Like you, we're going through shit. We go through shit every day. Find a way to express what?
Touch.
Joy.
Well, also, I think we have to be proactive in whatever we do to make that joy, right?
Thank you.
He's not engaging. He's like, fuck you. I have no mind anymore. I am
with gays.
doing.
I love you.
I don't know that you do. You love me kinda. That much.
Have a good week, y'all. We'll see you next Friday.
Night.